morning to you, our dear viewers. Thank you for staying tuned on Race TV. Of course, I welcome you to Business and Sport, while we update you of what is happening currently in the business sector. I am Jackie Lingla, ready to update you of the current events, especially when we're talking about entrepreneurship. Now, Uganda Bureau of Statistics in 2019 made a report where it actually stated that the unemployment rate was 1.8%, and by 2020, when we had the national lockdown, this had raised to 2.44%, of course, but we have seen the government of Uganda bring on board various initiatives, and they just about last year, end of last year, they projected, that is Uganda National Bureau of Statistics, they projected that this unemployment rate by December, it will have raised to 3%. We've seen the president of the country also together with the entire government bring up various initiatives to ensure that we have a population that is more of a job-creating population other than job-seeking. And now today in Rest TV, we have a very young entrepreneur coming up, a lady, which is actually surprising, below 40 years, who has come up with an innovation to add value to the development of the country, but also in the long run should definitely be giving up employment to very many other youths. This is an example that we should pick as young people. I'm very excited to have you today, Madam Winfred.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Hello, dear viewers.
Winfred, I want you to introduce yourself to the viewers, what your names are, and what you do, and then you explain to us what you actually invented to make Uganda a better world.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Jackie. My name is Winfred Fiona Adong, and I am before you as the CEO of AYOMA Concepts Limited, under which we have the AYOMA app. That is the reason that brings us here today. So briefly about me, I am a marketing professional. I have studied marketing and mastered in marketing that I completed in 2022 October. So with this kind of experience...
That's kind of recent.
Oh yes, it is. That is when then I came up and polished my idea that brings us here today. So during that time, I was also working as a frontline salesperson with Uganda Breweries Limited, which exposed me to quite a number of businesses in Uganda, right across West Nile, Northern Uganda, Eastern Uganda, and Karamoja. And this then exposed me to the problem that these businesses quite face a lot, which is having a centralized portal, online portal, that provides comprehensive business information that will then help them link them to their right clientele. And then you find that this problem even got more pronounced during COVID. So that is what led to the instinctiveness of getting AYOMA app as a solution to solve this problem.
Now, just to be exact, Madam Winfred, I want to know, because you sound as if you're a very ambitious young lady. I'm seeing you a very hardworking lady who goes to school. You went through the university, and then you wanted to, up your studies. You went for a master's, but then you sat back and said, I don't want to just be employed. I don't want to seek for employment in case I lose my job here. So when did you exactly, because we all have dreams. I had dreams in my senior two, I had dreams in my, A-level, I had dreams at campus. Every stage we have dreams. But when did you really have this dream of starting up AYOMA app?
This dream started in between 2017, at the time when I was still in Uganda Breweries Limited, during a career session where we had to set our goals as individuals and blend them up with work goals. So my long-term goal was AYOMA. Yes, and my long-term goal was not to stay in employment, but create employment and be an inspiration to the economy and the society at large.
Now, just even before we dive into this interview deeper,
yes.
Why AYOMA? Why did, out of all the names out there, why did you choose AYOMA?
Well, AYOMA is a combination of two special names to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so those of you who are just watching us right now, we am with the CEO of AYOMA app. and of course she's below 40 years, and she has decided to be relevant in the economy of Uganda. That is Madame Winfred Fiona Adong. And of course, stay tuned. You'll be knowing what does the app do? Why are we here actually today? And when we say we are adding value to the economy, what do we mean by that? And now, moving on, what's the mandate of this app?
Well, following quite research, Uganda in itself has over 800,000 registered businesses.
Okay.
And apart from that, there are very many more businesses that are informal, that are not registered, that are actually operating. And with that kind of detail, there is also a 39% smartphone penetration in Uganda. That means over 19 million people are able to access smartphones and internet in Uganda today. But with the problem that the businesses are actually facing of trying to reach out to the right clientele. And then the customers also cannot access an online portal that has comprehensive information about the businesses and services that they need for their day-to-day, poses a very big problem in society and a big opportunity in society today. So then that's what drives me and my team to build a solution to this problem.
Okay, now we have gotten to know when you actually birthed this dream, and probably, but that was 2017, like you said. But I want to know, when did it materialize? When did you have to, get it out of your mind and put it on paper, and then get a team and make sure that whatever you dreamed about was able to be implemented? And when was your first market test?
Okay, quite interestingly, I had the idea in myself that in 10 years or 5 to 10 years from then, I really had to make or invest in something that is personal. That means moving out of employment. So, but then I didn't have a clear vision of what I wanted to do. So in 2020 January, that's when I started pursuing my master's.
Okay.
Yes. So there then it exposed me on how to approach such a problem. And that's when then I had to do a dissertation about how branding impacts hospitality industry, specifically in Eastern Uganda, which then gave me a very clear understanding of how I would then expound this to other sectors of the economy that include businesses, tourism, the health sector. So that's when then I started having very clear lines about the solution that I wanted to provide for these businesses. And then at that time I had to leave work, then focus on my business administration, then focus on my MBA in marketing. And then in 2021, I registered AYOMA Concepts Limited. That was in April. And then by September 2021, I finally zeroed down on the problem that I wanted to solve and how I wanted it to be solved.
Okay.
So that was quite specific because I had already experienced the problems that these businesses are facing and done research on how I would approach solving such a problem and stand out for them.
So how long have you been active in the market?
I've been active in the market. So when we registered the company in April, then in 2022, April, is when we had the app ready for use. So we've been active in the market precisely for 9 months. Yeah, on which we have a couple of businesses already, over 100, that have supported our market testing process. That involved quite a lot of features that would then help businesses proud in their journey to making more revenue.
Okay, now that is interesting. If you have already a couple of 100 businesses, when you say couple and then you say 100, I get a bit, because of course levels are different. To me, 100 would be huge, but that is a good way of seeing things. But also moving on, I need to know, How many members are comprised of your team?
We are a team of 4 members.
Are they all youths? Do you have, experts that are above the youth bracket? Because, the Ugandan constitution says that the youthful age ends at 35. Do you have anyone who is above 35 years in your group?
Well, we are all youths. And how I came up with such a team, I looked through my cycle and talked to a few members that were quite significant in the whole production process. And you find that among us, the 4, we have technocrats among us, research, and then myself with a marketing experience. So together, it helped us to breathe life in the idea that was just on paper, without having to strain me to pay them. We all work on a volunteering basis because we believe that this is a cause that is solving a huge problem. We may not earn now, but later we believe it's going to be a really, really huge problem solver in the society.
That's the kind of mindset we need for most of the young people out there, that the beginnings might be a bit rough, but in the long run, if you persevere, definitely you reap the benefits. And now, still moving on, when we talk about benefits, I'm a business person, probably I'm watching Race TV right now, and I've jumped into this interview, and I'm a bit interested in knowing details about the AYOMA app. I would need to know what are the benefits of me having this app as a business.
Well, that's quite a significant question, because it then paints a reason why someone has to leave all the other platforms and have their businesses on AYOMA. Fast forward, AYOMA is a very organized platform that will help a business owner reorganize their business profile to what actually needs to be known by their customer. And then that will lead us into what does the app have to offer for this business owner. First, it will help you be visible to your clientele.
Okay.
Yes, it will help you be visible. Yes, businesses are already visible because some of them are already on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media handles. But this is where we have a very random audience. You may never be sure who is viewing your business at a time. Are they interested in it? That's why you find you'll have very many comments that are mixed up with business comments and fan comments on other social media handles, and then you'll have very many likes, but in all that, the conversion rate to a sale is very, very low. But what we are doing here as AYOMA is filter the interests by already redirecting what is on that platform. Okay, so by the time you're getting to the platform, you know that you're looking for a business. You want to outsource a service. You're stuck wherever you are, and you want to look out for a hotel. And this is the solution that we are providing for clients out there, and also making businesses have a better online experience. Oh yeah.
Okay. So I have gotten the benefits of one key one being that at least I'm marketed to my clients without reaching out to them physically or by phone. At least my business is visible even to the clients I never expected to come and buy from me certain products. But now, if I'm interested in this app, I would need to know also, how does it work?
Well, just before I answer the how it works, there is another critical benefit that a business owner will need to know in terms of being visible. Having your business on the app automatically gets you in a search engine optimization schedule that we have as AYOMA app. And what does this mean? Your business is then optimized. You may be wondering what the word optimized may mean. Yes. So if I say that your business is optimized, you understand, we all know that Google is the biggest information center right now. Anyone that wants anything, all they go to is Google. So if we have your business on AYOMA with a very clearly identified profile that you will have uploaded as the business owner, even when you're not on Google, you know there is Google Business. So some businesses are already on Google. Even on Google Maps, some businesses are already picked on Google Maps. So even though you're not anywhere on Google, being on AYOMA app definitely puts you to the front of being visible on Google, which is the largest information center right now. And by record, at any one point in time, we always have 1 million users of Ugandans on Google looking for products and services. And so this puts your business at risk of being seen by potential clients. Oh yes, so that is a critical feature that they really needed to know. Yeah.
Okay, oh, well explained. But before I get to my next question, what is the vision of this business of yours? AYOMA app, what's the vision?
Well, my vision is in the fit of a business owner. Yeah, and it is to have your business get a global reach to their right clientele.
Okay.
Yes.
So they are a right clientele.
Yes.
Just if you to make a projection, where do you see this business within 5 years from now?
AYOMA?
Yes.
Well, we have a vision of penetrating the whole of Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah. If we can digitize our economy, this will get us again to go to other countries, like East Africa. So when we're done with Uganda, we look forward to getting East Africa digitized as well, and then eventually Africa.
Okay.
And you never know, it could be a world solution, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the way you're thinking. And I wouldn't want to discourage. Personally, I would love that kind of mindset for anyone. If I'm to work with anyone in any institution, it's very key to have a broader visions. It's very bad to have a timid kind of thinking.
Yeah.
But also, you've been in the market for 9 months. And I just want to know, how far have you reached? Have you gone across central region, in terms of the regions that we have in Uganda? How far has your marketing reached? You don't have to be, you don't have to look out for the places where you already have business. We just need to know how far have you created awareness about this AYOMA within the regions.
So the stage we are at now, I must say we've passed the marketing testing stage. Okay. Yeah, because the businesses that are on the platform already help us to be an evidence for solving a problem. Not only online, but also in their communities. So I must say we have done Central Uganda, Northern Uganda, West Nile, and Eastern Uganda. So all these businesses are quite scattered in all over all these places. Even Western Uganda, actually, there are businesses that are there. So why I'm saying this is how we got there was we worked with a couple of influencers, local influencers, that then helped us to test this idea with businesses in their communities. Yeah, and it was fun to be actually something that businesses have been yearning for, because they never really had a smart way of approaching such a problem. Okay. And that is how we did it. And maybe to add on to that, how then we plan to penetrate the bigger part of the market, the concentrated part of the market. As AYOMA, we have a strategy that we have set aside for penetration. And we are approaching this from the idea of associations, because associations then already have businesses in their umbrella. So this then makes it very easy for us to get all these businesses on board and ensure consistency of sending out the value that the app offers to them. And collectively, it's a better shot. So that's how we're actually looking at implementing our strategy.
Okay, so you've been in the market for 9 months, and I know you of course found some challenges.
Oh yes.
Yes, so we would need to know, like just like any other business, what are some of your key challenges that you have had or you have experienced in the market, and how have you worked or maneuvered through it so that even up to this point you still carry the same vision?
Well, I must tell you, I think tech tech is the most challenging sector to invest in. That's why you'll find that in history, very many tech businesses actually fall out because they then fail to invest more or sustain themselves in the market. You'll find that the bigger part of the beginning, you'll only invest. You will not earn anything because you're building. People want to see a complete product, but to have this complete product, you really have to put in quite a bit of money. And when the product is done, the most important part of the journey then begins, which is marketing. How do you then market yourself to get what the people want to their face? Yeah, which is quite expensive. And in here is where we are. So the biggest problem we're having right now is funding to facilitate the marketing process, to bring reality to people's face, to bring the reality to the face of the community.
Yeah, so that is well said from Winfred. Fiona Dong, the CEO of AYOMA app. Of course, we are giving you details about what AYOMA app is all about and why you should have it in your businesses and why, of course, which draws me to the next question. Okay. So many people now are wondering what are the requirements. Yes, I mean, excited to know about this app, but what do I need as a business in order to have this app?
Well, as a business owner, there are definite details of your business that you must have, okay, which include the real exact location. You find many businesses, yes, they know my business is located on Kampala Road, but they don't even have the coordinates to where their business is located. Okay. Yeah, so which is quite a gap in most of the informal businesses. Yeah, so you need to have your business details, like in terms of name, address, then location in terms of coordinates. Yeah, we have apps on Play Store and Apple Store that give us the real-time coordinates of where we are. So you don't have to be on Google Maps to know your coordinates. Okay. Then the other critical detail is your business description, and this entails clearly what services do you offer, okay, and any other detail that you need customers to know about what you offer. It might be the quality of your products and service, or the varieties of your products and service, which are often limited by social media handles or social media accounts, because you may not fully describe actually what your business offers in there. And then the other very important feature that you must know as a business owner are what are the key English words that might lead to your that might lead to your business. For example, if you offer natural hair products, yeah, you have a like Enviriza Natural Hair Salon, yeah, so they need to know if someone is searching for a product that is used for natural hair, they will type in what shampoo to use for washing natural hair or natural hair products. So they don't need to have the name of the business to know that the business exists. So this is very important. So if the business owner then can identify the key English words, like natural hair, it's an English word. Okay. Yeah, it's not quite generic. So that is also quite a critical element for someone to know in their business. Okay. Yeah. So as you were explaining, part of the requirements that you mentioned is the physical location. Yes. So I have a boutique, but it's just outside the shade of my house. Okay. Am I eligible to have your app? Like, if I don't have a physical, or when you talk about physical location, are you talking about the arcades that we have in Kampala or elsewhere within various districts? Does it have to be a structure, or as long as wherever I put my business is the physical location? Wherever your business is actually the physical location. Now, still on that very note. Yes. If I have a boutique that is not registered by Uganda Registration Services Bureau, okay, am I eligible to have your app either? Well, that's kind of shooting into the foot, but yeah, because we know that Uganda is on a higher percentage. We have the informal sector. Yes, we do. And the informal sector is actually also adding a lot of economic value to the development of the country.
So we need to be realistic. Even a part of the people who are watching us right now are operating in businesses that are not registered, but they are earning money. And of course, the government is trying to create awareness. Why should you register? And of course, also educate people why they should be very okay with paying taxes. But that is a progressive change that we are expecting at the very end. Now, I need to know, for your particular app, for businesses that are out there, if I have not yet registered, maybe I have the intention to register my business in the future,
Okay.
but I have not yet registered with a URSBS. Am I eligible to have your app?
Well, our app does not discriminate whether a business is registered yet or not. We accommodate all kinds of businesses because we are then trying to digitize the economy.
Okay.
And having realized that these are the biggest contributors of part of the revenue within the economy,
Okay.
yeah, then we don't discriminate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, moving away from the registration, you've talked about the requirements that I require as a business, and now I know all of them. But I need to also know, what does it, what kind of cost do I incur as an entrepreneur? Is there a fee, a subscription fee attached to having this kind of app?
So as businesses, business owners then subscribe to have their businesses on the platform. And the subscription rates are $40 for quarterly basis, $75 for half-year basis, and $150 for a full-year basis. However, all these subscriptions, the first-time subscriptions are entitled to a 1-month free trial period, yeah, which then helps validate the interest of being on the app. And then regular users that are the customers of these businesses just access this app for free. All you need is data.
As a customer, I don't have to incur a 5% discount because I've accessed using your app without knowing?
No. There is no cost at all for a regular user. It's as good as Facebook. You access it anywhere, anyhow, as a regular user.
Remarks to those of to the viewers who are watching us right now, what would you need the government to do in order to support small and medium enterprises?
Well, all the support I need right now is in creating awareness. Creating awareness, because it's the backbone of having the app out there and add value to it. And secondly is taxes. You find that very many businesses that are coming up always fall out because of taxes. If we can have tax waivers for potential businesses like this, it would really support us to penetrate the market and bring the right value home. And just to add to that, this is bringing Uganda on the global portfolio of digital marketing.
Okay. That is well said by Madam Winfred Fiona Adom, the CEO of AYOMA app. Of course, you've had the details about what the app does. And in case you're dreaming, keep dreaming until your dream become a reality. Do not give up. You can do it. Till next time on Business on Sport, I am Jackie Lingla. Every Friday at 8 p.m. to 8:30. Good evening.